Welcome back to Guitar Theory Modules. This is Module 67 and we're on pages 158 and 159. In this module I'm going to show you how to play the minor flat 7, flat 6, 5, 1 progression in any key, anywhere on the fretboard. For this minor flat 7, flat 6, 5, 1 progression, we can play either minor or minor 7 chords for our 1 chord or our tonic. And for the flat 7, flat 6, and the 5 chord or our dominant, we can play either major chords or dominant 7 chords. Here's a minor chord you can play with the root on the 6th string. This is finger 1, 3, 4, 1, 1, and 1. So your first finger is barring all 6 strings. This happens to be a B flat minor that I'm playing because I'm placing the root of the shape on the B flat, string 6, fret 6. If I were to move it down a fret on the A, now it would be an A minor. Here's a minor shape you can play with the root on the 5th string. Finger 1, 3, 4, and 2. This happens to be an E flat minor that I'm playing because I'm placing the root of the shape on the E flat, string 5, fret 6. If I were to move it up a fret with the root on the E, now it's an E minor. Here's a minor 7 shape you can play with the root on the 6th string. Fingers 2, and then 3, 3, 3. So finger 3 lays across strings 2 through 4. And then finger 2 goes over the top of finger 3 to give it a little support, but also to play the root note on the 6th string. And this root note is at the B flat, so this is a B flat minor 7 that I'm playing. Here's a minor 7 shape you can play with the root on the 5th string. Finger 1, 3, 1, and 2. So finger 1 is barring strings 3 through 5. This is an E flat minor that I'm playing because I'm placing the root of the shape on the E flat on the 5th string. And here's another minor 7 shape you can play with the root on the 5th string. This is also going to be an E flat minor 7. It's a different shape, but the root note is on that E flat, so it's still an E flat minor 7. Fingers 3, 1, 4, and 1. So finger 1 is barring strings 2 through 4. Here's a major shape you can play with the root on the 6th string. Finger 1, 3, 4, 2, 1, and 1. So your first finger is barring all 6 strings. That's a B flat major because my root's on the B flat. Here's a major shape you can play with the root on the 5th string. Finger 1 on the root, and then 3, 3, 3. So finger 3 is barring strings 2 through 4. Finger 1 is on the root, which is an E flat in this case. And here's another major shape you can play with the root on the 5th string. This also is an E flat major that I'm playing because my root note is still on that E flat. This is fingers 4, 3, 1, and 2. And here's a dominant 7 shape you can play with the root on the 6th string. Finger 1, 2, 4, and 3. That's a B flat 7 because the root's on the B flat. Here's a dominant 7 shape you can play with the root on the 5th string. Finger 1, 3, 1, and 4. So finger 1 is barring strings 3 through 5. And another dominant 7 shape you can play with the root on the 5th string, which is shaped a whole lot like a C7 chord. You're just playing the middle 4 strings. This is finger 3 on the root, and then 2, 4, and 1. The diagrams at the top of page 159 show how to find the root of your tonic or your 1 chord and your flat 7, flat 6, and 5 in relation to each other. Compared to the major scale, your natural minor scale has a lowered 6th and lowered 7th scale degrees. Now, non-classical musicians tend to use the major scale as a measuring stick, both for naming intervals and also naming scale degrees. So if the sixth scale degree of the natural minor scale is lowered a half step compared to the major scale, we call it a flat six. And same with the seven. If it's lowered a half step from where the seventh scale degree is, it's a flat seven. And that holds true regardless of whether that note itself is a flat, natural, or a sharp note. We're just naming it by its function. So if the root of your tonic or your one chord is on the sixth string, your flat seven is going to be on the sixth string, 2 frets to the left of your one chord. Your flat six is going to be 2 frets to the left of your flat seven, also on the sixth string. And then the root of your 5 chord or your dominant is going to be 1 fret to the left of your flat six. So there's your 1, flat 7, flat 6, 5, and 1, all in the same string. If the root of your tonic is on the 5th string, we have a couple options. The first option is just to run up and down the 5th string. So if the root of your tonic is on the 5th string, then the root of your flat 7 will be 2 frets to the left of that on the same string. Your flat 6 is going to be 2 frets to the left of your flat 7 on the same string. And your 5 or your dominant is going to be 1 fret to the left of your flat 6. So 1, flat 7, flat 6, 5. Our other option with the root of the tonic on the 5th string is to move to the 6th string for your flat 7, flat 6, and your 5. So here's our 1. Your 5 is going to be the same fret as your 1 chord, but just on the 6th string. Your flat 6 is going to be 1 fret to the right of your 5. Your flat 7 is going to be 2 frets to the right of your flat 6. So there's your 1, flat 7, flat 6, and 5. And remember, for our 1 chord, we can either play minors or minor 7s. And for our flat 7, flat 6, and 5, we can either play major chords or dominant 7 chords. At the bottom of page 159, we have this minor 1, flat 7, flat 6, 5, 1 playing exercise. What I'd like you to do is pick a few minor keys a day. You could choose from this list, or you could take yourself through the circle of fifths. And for this first example, we're going to choose the key of C minor. The first thing I'd like you to do is find and play the root of your tonic on the 6th string, that's your 1 chord, and then its related flat 7, flat 6, and 5 roots. So there's our 1, flat 7, flat 6, 5, and 1. And name your notes. We're in the key of C minor, so that's going to be C, B flat, A flat, G, and C. The next thing is to play a minor 1, flat 7, flat 6, 5, 1 chord progression with that root on the 6th string in that key. And remember, you can play either minors or minor 7s for your 1 chord, and you can play majors or dominant 7s for your flat 7, flat 6, and your 5 chords. I'm going to use 7th chords, so it'll be minor 7s for 1, and then dominant 7 for all the others. So that'll be 1, flat 7, flat 6, 5, and 1. Or C minor 7, B flat 7, A flat 7, G7, and C minor 7. And then do the same thing with the 5th string. First pick a key. We're going to choose the key of F minor this time. Find and play the root of your tonic and then your flat 7, flat 6, and 5 in relation to each other. Let's first do it going up and down the same string. So that's F, so it'll be 1, flat 7, flat 6, 5, and 1. Naming your notes, so that's in the key of F minor, that'll be F, E flat, D flat, C, and F. And then play that minor 1, flat 7, flat 6, 5, 1 chord progression with the roots as we just played them. And again, you can play minors or minor 7s for your 1. I'm going to do minor 7s. And for your other chords, you can do majors or dominant 7s. I'm going to choose dominant 7s. So there's our 1, flat 7, flat 6, 5, and 1. Or F minor 7, E flat 7, D flat 7, C7, and F minor 7. And remember, we have another option for navigating this progression with the root on the 5th string. So let's go back to finding and playing our 1 root and flat 7, flat 6, 5, and 1 root again with the root on the 5th string, but then moving to the 6th string for the others. So there's our 1, flat 7, flat 6, 5, and your 1. Naming your notes: F, E flat, D flat, C, and F. And then play that minor 1, flat 7, flat 6, 5, 1 progression, and I'm going to stick to 7th chords, but you could use majors and minors if you like. So there's our 1, flat 7, flat 6, 5, and 1, or F minor 7, E flat 7, D flat 7, C7, F minor 7. Don't forget to check out Guitar Theory modules. Of course, you can watch all these videos for free, but if you have your own copy of Guitar Theory modules, you'll have all this information in one place. It's going to be a lot easier to follow along, so I'll leave a link for the book in the description. Take your time with this, and then when you're ready, I'll see you in Module 68, where I'm going to show you how to play minor blues progressions in any key, anywhere on the fretboard.